Mr. Cafoni, code enforcement. You observe a clear and consistent code violation in your neighborhood over weeks. What would you do? And what would be your strategy for code enforcement and the code enforcement department moving forward?
Sure, thank you, Bill. And just to correct some of the misinformation that was put out there, I voted for monthly water quality testing. We've, as a council, have prioritized more money for water quality improvements than any council in Marco Island's history, and that's a fact. And in 2018, I sat down with Sam Young in his home with his wife Sherry and my wife Elsa and asked him, Sam, you need to run for city council because we need your strong voice for water quality to get out there, not just on the waterways committee where sometimes you don't really hear about it, but on city council, and to put it out there as a priority. And it's no coincidence that when Sam Young got elected in 2018, Ferris Heindel was not on waterways anymore, and all of a sudden, in the past 2 years, we've made tremendous strides in addressing water quality issues, putting millions of dollars that I've proposed out of the Collier County sales tax, adopted by our council, towards water quality improvements over the next 7 years. So we've got a lot going for us on water quality. It's not a 2-year, 3-year, 5-year problem. It didn't start 5 years ago. It started 50 years ago. Now to your question on code enforcement, I'll tell you, if someone's doing something in my neighborhood, depending on the severity of what it is, let's be honest, if someone's grass is at a half-inch higher than it should be, I'm probably not going to say anything to them, or I might just go out and give them a friendly conversation and say, hey, please pay attention, maybe you want to cut your grass a little bit. If it's something serious, of course, we all have a duty to make sure that our community is safe and that nobody's put in any danger by some tremendous issue related to code. Chief Frisano and our Marco Island Police Department, I think, have really stepped up on this. What's really important, though, and probably one of the main complaints that I've heard from citizens, is the enforcement needs to be uniform, and it needs to be consistent, and it needs to be equitable. So that's the #1 goal. Make sure that my neighbor on one side isn't getting a citation, but my neighbor on the other side is not when they have the same problem. Let's be fair, let's be equitable, and let's make sure that we're enforcing it in a uniform standard and doing it in an objective fashion. Thank you.
Thank you.